Hello. We have not agreed on saying or not saying anything about the context that we are going to address, but we felt this was the moment of historic moment. That's why we decided for the following. And we also basically posed ourselves a simple question. Croatian and Slovak, how can we ever collaborate?
Very true, but you know, I'm gonna break the rule as I played in a punk band as a kid, so you don't blame me for this. This is dedicated to Austro-Hungarian monarchy, where our ancestors once lived under the same roof. And on that note, I also would like to say a couple of things. I'm gonna dedicate my part of reading to Prince Philip, who, as you know, underwent the hip operation and is now swiftly recovering. I checked the Buckingham Palace pages. He's in good spirits and comfortable. He's been in power for 65 years. I mean, that's remarkable. When you think that average living expectancy in Nigeria is 52. So the guy did well. Back to our subject.
Back to our subject, there is an homage to the last Kaiser of our shared empire, which we are still proud of. We consider him being the last poet in his own right.
Oh, ramshackle empire, you dizzy Disneyland of human suffering. 15 million people would have saved their lives had Leopold Loika not made that fateful turn steering his Graf und Stift, that's a car, into the Franz Josef Strasse, where Gavrilo Princip had been waiting in a nearby inn with a loaded gun. Even decades later, Sarajevo taught us nothing. Who remembers the bloody siege, markerless shelling, the Brad Q massacre, hundreds and hundreds of kids mowed down by snipers, as the foamy red noise of Plut and Boden still corrodes our senile minds.
Good old Kaiser. Papa. Father. Good morning. Guten Morgen. Please turn on your radio. You seem to be in absence of. To hear the news of the imperial eternal achievement in all the languages, vernaculars, and other obscurantist practices of your alleged children. The God is dead, as we used to ignore him. And the heir apparent will never again descend from his carriage. This is the voice of the people. And we've got a problem, Houston. The holy image has been flagged, and there is a war in the streets and fields. Waltz fighting polka and other ancient rhythms of the peoples faithful to their pagan rites. Now, in the moment of eternal truth, forced to speak machine gun precise, to survive the blasphemy of you, the emperor, turning bare in the parade of corpses, turning a bit wild, apocalyptic. They run in truth, run to be redeemed, generations after generations falling in the service of self-awareness, bearing the proud badge of no class, happy, sweat-graced populace working in your nightclub, dubbed the prison of nations by the New York Times, that has finally released its Betsy stake, the prairie of the pagans on Danube, finally being staked out to the natives, rising to their feet to dance in flashes of psychotronic trance, the dance of dismembering, the empire of the posture that can no longer carry itself with the same manure.
Hey, Gustav Klimt, you balding psychedelic cherub, a modest human with gold-plated eyes. I could almost kiss you on the cheek, Freddie Mercury style, for you were one of the few initiates who knew that the secret knowledge of ancient Egypt still bubbled somewhere underneath the Danube mud. So waltz on in Strauss's embrace, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, riding the black snake of history into that long barbed-wired night.
Hey, don't you dare ruffling my still life, the hyacinths of my ancient dream, you poor in spirit, you the proponents of haste, the reckless pacemakers, barefooted libertines, industrialists and engineers of proletarian kingdom. Stop decapitating our poppy seed realm, our holy family corona, we have received descending for generations, keeping the pyramidal secret of the alchemy of decor and divine style preposterous personae, that we only can own and wear, like the armor our forefathers hid in protecting the source of the holy sepulchre that nobody ever let, hitting the wires for all.
Dear Kaiser, and you, Papa Freud, I'm sorry I got intimate with my sister in Pula when our parents went to see the Three Tenors Arena for the first time. I remember well that scorching pre-war summer, blood rushing through my groins like a swift alpine stream, her tongue as sweet as honey from too much Pepsi, as Pavarotti's voice kept on whipping through that red-hot August night. Rosie was 11 and I was 9. I called her this hyacinth girl. She used to jump and dance every time she heard Nena on the radio. 99 Luftballons are floating in the summer sky. So let's all agree, psychoanalysis is just another pool of messy human affairs with endless meandering narratives. Still, one can sometimes accomplish more with the Victorino's Swiss Army knife.
Totem and taboo. Flying with doves, taking more than Orphic part in the Battle of Britain, the very corpus of psychoanalysis finding life rescue in the underground, the operation room.
Oh, Franz Joseph Kaiser Uncanny, you divine mustache mummy, my grandfather lost his hearing firing your heavy guns on Socha River in 1917. Upon returning to his native Dalmatia, he was so messed up he dumped his longtime fiancée, thinking, if she did not cheat on me during all that time, then she must have been clearly out of her mind. But if she did, I'm too much like my old man to simply let it slide. So there you go, Your Excellency, you twisted our family tree for generations to come.
Dear Grandpa, your Santa look ensures the luck of our arms, that you gifted to your subjects who belong to you. But you belong only to the family tree, your nativity, the Christmas tree, collection of titles you memorize before you forget what you meant, by reciting the Homeric myth till the very champagne end.
Graz, Olomouc, Brno, Bratislava, Zagreb, Osijek, Karlovac, Ptuj, Maribor, Goricija, Subotica, Pečuj, Drohobich, all you foggy, sleepy little towns, the subtle veil of fascism still flutters in the ghastly chambers of our pagan hearts. Love thy neighbor? No thanks. His wife has bigger tits than mine. His son has a black mistress and his daughter married a wealthy Jewish guy. So why don't we gas everyone who makes us feel inadequate and ugly in our own eyes, and then jump on the Orient Express for a long and nasty joyride?
God bless the patient. Emperor, whose soul sought nothing but peaceful retirement to the realms of peers, but God, as a matter of honor, bogged, dragged to live fire, exceeding the Baroque experience of private collections of antlery, youthful souvenirs, by the speed of light, the non-linear equation he could not figure out, so just used his magic and disappeared, like the currency at the end of the world.
Thank you very much.